Hey guys, in this video today, I'm gonna show you how to find the perfect offer for whatever traffic source you might wanna run. There's an art to it, and we're gonna cover between native ads, Facebook ads, emails, or wherever you might run in the future, where that perfect product is gonna be and what it looks like. Let's jump in and find out. Thanks for joining us today, guys. This is gonna be a little bit nuanced. I wanna jump into the marketplace, but the whole point of what we wanna cover today is as you're going through and scrolling through offers, how do you decide and figure out what is the right offer that I'm gonna have success for? Because it does vary based on traffic source. We're gonna cover the big three to really focus on how to select the right product, but no, the skills we'll teach really go beyond other traffic sources as well. So the ones we're gonna cover today are gonna be Facebook, native ads, and email. And I'm actually gonna start with Facebook and native ads because they're similar and they do have some slight differences, and then we'll finish with email. So let's jump in and find out. So first, what you could see on our marketplace right here with some brand new imaging. I just want to, for those that saw before, boy, this new marketplace looks really nice. But when you come in here, I just did a search right off the bat to pull up everything. Now, that might not be the right thing for you. One thing that you need to consider right off the bat is, what do you feel comfortable promoting? Is there a certain audience that you can connect with and talk to? If so, don't go just broad and look at every single offer. Use our categories section to select exactly where your audience might be. We're gonna say that we're gonna be on health and fitness, and that's what we wanna focus on, at least for right now. So let me select health and fitness right here. So we're gonna pull up and just look at health and fitness offers because that's what I'm gonna wanna promote and wanna focus on. So we're gonna focus on Facebook first. One of the big things you really need to focus on Facebook, and really any paid media source, is this number right here. Average dollars per conversion. This really tells you exactly what you're going to get paid on average, and it's really important that this number is going to be on the high end if you're going on Facebook. In all reality, you're going to want something at a minimum that could probably be $90, if not higher. The higher, the better. Why that's going to be so important for you is the higher you get paid out for every single sale means that you could support a larger CPA and also support a lot of mistakes that you might make. So if you're testing and trying to figure out, you need to make money on your ad spend. Well, if you get a large payout for every single sale, that's going to give you a lot more mercy and leeway and spend to be able to try things out. On top of that, you have a broader audience you could pull from. You could spend the money to make more eyeballs see your offer and still be profitable. So the larger the average payout is gonna really be attractive for you. And if you're looking at, for example, if we scroll down here, an offer that's only paying out, say, $28, Facebook, unless you're really, really good at it, is probably not going to be a good traffic source for you. Those offers might convert higher, but it's going to have to convert incredibly high for you to support a high CPA. In reality, your CPA is probably never going to be able to go over what this average payout amount is going to be, because that means you're going to be losing money every single time that you acquire a customer. Not a really good thing if you're an affiliate. So it's super important to make sure that you focus on this large payout. The next thing you really want to look for outside payout is actually sometimes these gravity numbers, right? Really large gravity could mean one good thing, but it also can mean a bad thing. If that means that if you have a ton of affiliates promoting it and you're on a paid media source, you're gonna deal with more offer saturation. That means your CPMs, or the cost to get traffic, is most likely gonna be more expensive than if, say, this had a large payout, it was a good offer, but the gravity was a little bit lower and less affiliates are promoting it. You're normally gonna have to go deeper into the pages to find that stuff. So if you are really looking and you're worried about CPMs or competitions and other people bidding against you, you might have to look into page 2 or 3, sometimes even 5 and 6 if it's a big category like health and fitness, and say, I still want to go find these high payout offers, like say Try Alive right here, it's getting me $120, and my gravity's a little bit lower, so maybe there's less people promoting it. That could be because the offer's maybe not as good as some of the top ones. It could also just mean that it's a newer, earlier offer, and you're really getting a great payout, but less people promoting it, so it could be incredibly successful for you. So those are some things to look at with Facebook. The other thing to pay attention to on Facebook as well is your compliance. So even if you're doing a pre-sale landing page, Facebook compliance is going to check things out and see what you have going on the page, and particularly if there's text items that flag, because they have AI that's learning this stuff and algorithmically saying, this is a word that means that this ad doesn't qualify and it's going to shut down accounts. So when you see videos like this is actually a really good thing because Facebook doesn't do as well to track videos and what might be showing up on a text for a video versus you're going to look at all the actual text that's on the page. So I would see this one and go, great, I don't have anything that's most likely going to disqualify or shut down any of my ads with my Facebook traffic. Really, really important. On the flip side, if I saw an offer, let's just try and find another one, especially a digital one. No, that's not. Let's see. Right here. This is perfect. So this offer, which is a text offer, there's a lot of words in here. There's a good chance that there might be text in here that's going to shut down a Facebook campaign. If there's anything that's negative, if there's any sort of before and afters, all these things could flag and track and shut down my ads, even if I have a transition or a pre-sale page. That's going to be a huge problem for you. You're trying to scale an offer and you keep getting your account shut down. Just avoid that stuff. Especially if you're new and starting out, that's a bad idea to do anything that's going to immediately or quickly flag for you. So now let's talk a little bit about some of the nuances to native. So with native, I think the big thing here is we talked about with Facebook, I should say, you could still have text ads be successful. Just know that you have the burden of compliance anytime you're doing that. For native ads, you can still do digital offers, but again, you're going to want to have something that's going to pay out on the higher end. Normally we see from digital on a payout, anywhere between that 50 to 60 range can work on native for higher converting offers. But the other thing you really want to look for with native, and I don't know if this is why this is, but I have never been able to see text ads or text products on the ClickBank sphere work for native. You normally need something that's going to be a VSL. Long form VSLs, if you're going to native, I would always start there. You still want to start with higher payouts, but if it's digital, anywhere between that 50, 60 range could be successful. And again, with physical and supplements, you really want over 100. So the higher amount, because especially on native, you're going to have to spend a lot of money up front to find out what domains actually work. And make sure to kind of break those off and cut those off. The other thing I'd really look for in native that's going to be pretty key is something that has a little bit more information to it that's going to work out in terms of I could write something that looks like an article for this. So again, if we have any sort of supplement and we're in the health and fitness space, these are going to be fantastic. Let's go look at this Renew product, for example. So this, again, this has a lot of text to it and information, but I imagine this supplement probably has a lot of story behind it. It's got a lot of description, science, things like that behind it. Having something that's going to fit into an article where I could share a story and support a story is going to be much better on a native ad campaign than something that's just generic. It's too technical. It doesn't have a story behind it. It's an impulse buy. Those kind of impulse buys sometimes are a little bit harder on native because I'm going from article to purchase. So make sure you're really putting on something that's going to be more complex, probably a little bit higher price point, but fit into a story that's going to be easy to write an advertorial into. If you feel like this product doesn't fit into an advertorial, it's not going to be a good fit for native ads. So the next thing we want to talk about is email. So we see here there's a lot of offers, and let's actually go back to the front page, that are very successful. And sorry, I clicked on the wrong button. They're very successful, but they definitely don't have the payouts that we just talked about with Facebook. Here's a great example with this Diabetes Freedom product. It's sitting at $49.41. That's a really nice payout, but if I'm running Facebook ads, that might be a little bit too low for me to be successful and get the margin that I'm looking for. On an email, this would tell me this is probably an email crusher. This is super great. I'm getting close to $50 a payout. I don't want to ask what the conversions are, but this is one of those ones that would tell me just from looking at here, this is probably a pretty good email product. Now, one thing again, look for the gravity. These are important because on email, oftentimes your target audience, if say it was for diabetes, they're on your email list, they might be on a lot of other people's email lists. So that could be good or bad for you depending on your timing. It could be really good if I got 5 emails and I happen to be the 5th email for the exact same offer. That might be the one that's going to likely increase my conversions. And that person says, yes, I'm finally going to do it. Boom, I actually increase my conversions because a lot of people are promoting it. On the flip side, if you're a little bit later in the game, you might just get too many people that they see your ads and your clicks just aren't coming through. So always be aware of kind of the timeliness and how long an offer's been around for. It can reach a point of, we'll just call it saturation, where it's not going to be as effective. That being said, again, like any of these payouts could be good. I'm going to really look for EPCs. So I'm going to see in here, you're probably going to want to go check the tool pages and try and get an idea of what those EPCs might be that other people are getting. We see 75% commission here. They're asking for affiliate tools, so on and so forth. This one doesn't share EPCs, but those are important things to look at, because as an email individual, they might not show PPM depending on what you're evaluating. I'm just saying your earnings per click is going to be a big one to tell you this offer is going well, especially if it's over $1 or over $1.50. So again, these ones will really tell you, okay, this is pretty solid. Does it fit my audience? You could go look at the marketing. You're not going to be as concerned from a compliance perspective that some email provider is going to shut you down. Just make sure that it's on brand and it fits for you. The other thing too, just to check when you're doing email, is that they have swipe creatives you have access to, and that they are proven and tested. So on here, we could see that they have email swipes right here that already tells me this is a good thing. They're telling me what types of list it performs well on. Fantastic. And now I could click here and I could get access to those. Again, super great. We could see here they just understand email. It's already telling me this person is tested, they get it. We see these emails look really consistent, and now I have options to select from it. Those are all things you look for to say, this is a great email offer for me. Now, if it has a high payout and it's a supplement, if it's gonna work on Facebook, it's probably gonna work on email too. So don't feel like, oh, well, because this has a high payout, I can't promote it. That's a Facebook offer. Not the case at all. You could definitely promote it. In fact, you could still get really good payouts. Just be aware that you don't just have to look at those. The other thing I just want to pay attention to and talk about with email specifically, you might see something that shows really, really low here, feels like it's really low. We have numerologists, it's $11.11 payout. Some people might think, oh, that's way too low. Why would I ever want to promote that? Well, one thing I'd tell you again, look at the gravity for the offer. It's 206.53. If you look at this funnel, it's got a great opt-in. The EPCs are really good. If the payouts are low and there's talking about great EPCs, it means the conversions are fantastic. On email, that's a really good play for you. If you're going to convert really, really well, get really good clicks on it, even if it's paying out low, you're going to be in the money and continue to promote it. So trust what we're doing in our marketplace for email, even if those payouts are a little bit lower, that you're probably getting a higher conversion. For a media buyer, that's a lot of risk to handle, but for an emailer, it's not even close to the same level of risk. You're gonna be able to test and see what the results are, and know that this offer could still scale for you to be really successful and pay out. So those are kind of some of the processes and things that we wanna look for. Again, you really wanna focus on, if you're paying for media, the higher the payout, the more wiggle room that you have, and you need to create thresholds. If you cannot get a supplement or a physical offer to pay you $90, if you can't get a digital offer to really at least pay you around $60, you're gonna struggle to be profitable on paid ad campaigns. Also, pay attention to the type of marketing they're doing. Not all marketing is compliant, and there's certain ones on your traffic sources that are more likely to get flagged and create problems for you than others. So if you see anything that's a big text document, looks really aggressive, you're probably gonna have a heck of a time getting that approved on your ads, even with a pre-sale page. And then lastly, I think the big thing too is just understand what gravity could do for you. If there's too much saturation, how long has it been there? Or on the other side, that could actually be a huge advantage for you because you're getting more exposure when you promote it to your list. So those are, I think, kind of the big themes there, and obviously the other little tidbits we talked about. But remember, you only need to find one perfect product to really make a difference in your life. So get in there, find the product that fits for you, and test it out. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're always looking for more ways to improve your business, learn more about affiliate marketing, and learn how to make more money for you. So when those new videos come out, you can be aware. And if you're looking for other questions that feel unanswered, make sure to comment below with what those are, and that way we can make the video that you need in the future for a question you might be asking right now. Other than that, guys, go out there and make some more money. Have a good one. Bye.